So today I'm going to have a little review of this TeeTok. It's an angle grinder. It's a very cheap angle grinder that I picked up on eBay. I think it was about £15. And the reason why I bought a very cheap one is because I don't think it's going to survive very long. And the reason why I think that is because I've already killed this Makita one doing pretty much the same job. So what I've been doing is I needed to reduce the height of concrete floor. Looks like this. Now, silly boy, I specified a really high grade concrete floor. I thought, yeah, let's go for a super hard, tough floor. And in one spot, leading up to the threshold, it is a bit too high. So what I thought I'd do is cut some grooves just to take out the top 10 millimeters, cut some grooves, and then use a cold chisel to just snap off those grooves. But what happened was this lovely Makita got a bit of concrete dust in it, and then it started to smoke and it died. If anybody knows how to fix this, please comment below. I've already had a look at cleaning this up, took it apart, that didn't work. And I also was thinking about changing those brushes, but again, you know, that doesn't seem to have worked. And anyway, 15 quid, which is about what this was on eBay. It might last the entire job, it might not, who knows. So, probably second part of the review is one of these. Now, this has had a little bit of use. Those cutting parts are normally a bit taller, but I have had some use out of it, and it works really well so far. However, of course, what it does is kick up a load of dust, very fine dust. So obviously, you know, we are using the full PPE with this one, but it does sand that floor really well. Now, I used this probably a little bit incorrectly to start with, and I was expecting to really just grind 10 millimeters off the whole lot and, you know, see how long this would last, and maybe I needed a second one. They're not very expensive. However, it's the angle grinder that packs up first before this does, and really this is not used for taking off huge amounts, but just grinding flat an area you have already sort of chiseled up. So what I ended up doing is using a Kango, a SDS drill with a nice big flat bit on it, and I chipped up 10 mils off, so it's all nice and rough. And now we just need to flatten it out with one of these. So I'm going to fit this now. So the fittings itself are fairly standardised. I guess what we need to do is put this bit on first, which is a spacer. Then on with our thing. That's fits nicely, and then this bit just screws on nicely there like that. And then you have this tool here, which is going to be a bit of a struggle to fit in there, but it will. And then there'll be a where is it? Oh look, very convenient. A nice big button on the top to stop the thing from spinning, so I can tighten that up. So obviously I've got one hand on the camera, and I'll do it now. Probably worth mentioning what came in the box, because in actual fact there is a guard and I haven't fitted it. So some lovely instructions. A plastic bag. A guard which I don't think I'm going to fit. We'll see. I might fit it. And 2 cutting discs, probably the life of the tool itself. So you've got 2 different sizes there, and a very lightweight handle. I will be fitting this. That's what comes in the box. As I say, it was super cheap, about 15 quid. I will put links below where you can get these. And if you like this type of content, why not subscribe by hitting the subscribe button and maybe that bell. You could leave a comment, or you could put a thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me whether you like it or don't. So there we go. I did fit the guard after all. It does fit, and it will afford me some protection, and indeed it will just throw the dust in one particular direction, and very importantly away from the air intakes for this. Now I might think about, I suppose at this end it's not such a big deal, is it? No, I don't know, how does it get to the motor? Surely the motor's up this end, and that's whether the dust will get in and kill it. Well, we'll see. But look, it's got replaceable brushes, so both sides. Little access panel for that, so that looks very positive. What's this here? An on and off switch like that at the back. Actually, that looks. Is that good? Doesn't look very. I don't know. You normally get them on the top here, but I suppose you would have a hand at the back, and your thumb could sit on that quite nicely for a quick emergency shut off. The quality of the cable seems fine. It has a moulded plug, so that looks good as well. You know, for UK safety. It's got a kite mark on it. So yeah, okay. Well, look, let's put the handle on it. I'm expecting to hold this with the left hand. Yeah, well, I'm not really overly happy about my knuckles being that close to that, but you know, maybe a little bit out here would have been a bit better. But yeah, actually, I might see whether one of the other handles from one of the other ones will fit, and whether it takes it out any further. But yeah, let's get to the job. Get the Hoover going so that it's got half a chance of getting that dust away, and see how long it lives for. I don't think if it doesn't last very long, I don't think that's a reflection on the quality of this unit, because that Makita died in about 15 minutes. So if this lasts longer than 15 minutes, you know, and it gets the job done, you've got to say that's £1 a minute, haven't you? I hate to think that these things really are disposable, but you know. So here's the job I was talking about, and this is the kind of finish that this grinding tool gives. It's actually quite a nice flat finish, and you know what I've been doing is just putting the level across there and just getting that flat. So the idea of the next part is that I've chipped away and taken, as I say, about 10 to 15 millimeters as it rises up to this threshold out, and then we're just going to nicely finish that off nice and flat, just to get rid of those high spots, which of course there are many, to just give it a slightly smoother finish. Now, do I really need to do that? Well, yes, I do need to get rid of the high spots, but does it need to be perfectly flat? The answer is no, and it actually will help probably with the self-leveling compound that will go over the top. Yeah, this is just about getting rid of the high spots with this tool. I've put a little barrier up here so that those painted finishes don't get absolutely pebble dashed with flying debris, which of course will be a good idea. And then we're going to have the Hoover running. We're wearing the full PPE goggles. These are excellent. And this JSP respirator, that's excellent. I'll put links to where I got these in the description below. Yeah, I've got my screw fix kneeling pad, which I wish they'd sell these just you know, maybe as a bit of a loss leader, so you go in the shop to get them. But they were a freebie at the screw fix exhibition a few years ago, and I have to say I use mine daily because it's better than putting in the knee pads, because walking around is a pain in the ass. Yes, camera phone is going well away from this job so that we don't kill it. So the next shot we'll see is probably me coughing even and showing you the finished result, or that this thing has died and what happens when they die and the amount of smoke that then comes out of them. But fingers crossed. Oh, by the way, yes, I did change that handle over. I did find one that has got a slightly wider guard and slightly longer handle to keep the hands away. So yeah, that's a negative point for this one. The handle is a bit small. So we're done. The light's fading, so I'll have to be quick. But yeah, all in all, it worked really well. It's not gotten too hot whilst doing this job. Certainly there wasn't any smoke coming out of it like there was on the other units that I killed. The disc here certainly has seen some wear now. I think that's very obvious. That's probably about, I don't know, 2/10 left of what was originally there, and overall pretty good experience. This switch at the back took a little bit of getting used to, but actually is actually quite good, rather than that nasty great big stiff switch that seemed to get full of dust, and then it's difficult to sort of turn off or turn on or get going and so on. So that's good. The floor surface itself is you know, you can't feel those high spots anymore. It's obviously it's pitted, but at least you've got a flat surface there now. So it's all, you know, the same height except for the pits. So it just takes off those high points, which has worked really well. Yes, and in this area as well, no high points. So all in all, it did a good job for 15 quid. I shall put links below where you can get those. And if you like this video, please do hit that subscribe button, the bell, and any comments, we would like to hear them. We're on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And don't forget, subscribe!